All right. Alex, let's start with you. Can you tell me your first and last name and spell it? Or
Okay, my name is Alex, A-L-X-E, Farrow, F-A-R-R-O, A-L-X-E, F-A-R-R-O. Alex is my sign name.
Okay.
With the A by the hair.
Fantastic. Can you tell me what year and what major you are here at OSU?
I'm a freshman, and I'm in graphic design.
Wow, that's really awesome. I know that the graphic design is really ambitious and
Yes. Yeah, that too. Thank you, thank you.
what do you want to do with graphic design?
Well, I'm planning on doing things like professional photographer, like with graphic design, kind of blending it together. So just see what happens. And I want to do like logo designs for businesses and t-shirts, and I think that'd be really cool.
Fantastic. What kind of spurred on your desire to do this?
Well, how I grew up, well, I always played with like Photoshop and stuff like that, like on cameras and programs and computers. I would always play around on it. I mean, I love art, and I was thinking maybe I can go ahead and do that. Just combine both of them with Photoshop and art together and see what happens.
Fantastic. Can you tell me, sorry, my throat is dry.
It's in the council.
Oh, no, you're fine.
So I chairs.
Did I? Yes. I probably did, but it's in the
Can you tell me, were you born deaf or did it happen after you were born?
Yeah, I was born hearing, and then I became deaf maybe like I was 8 months old. I was really young, so yeah.
All right. When did you start learning American Sign Language or a different form of signing?
Okay. Technically, I learned SEE, which is Signed Exact English, and that's when I started learning it in pre-K through kindergarten school. It was called Happy Hands, and I learned it there, SEE. And then maybe about the 3rd or 2nd grade, I learned how to do ASL. Yeah. So.
Okay. Do you like ASL better, or how is it different?
Well, SEE, it's Signed Exact English. It's like, how will you read, like that, when you see it on the sentence, that's how you sign it. But ASL, it's kind of like more language, but the grammar is different. Grammar's all in different orders, so, but for me, like, I'm more of a PSC. That means that I'm kind of like in the middle. I'm in between SEE and ASL. I sign ASL, like, but it's also in English order.
Okay, fantastic. Did you, what was it like growing up in school? Did you go to a school for deaf children, or did you have other deaf students with you?
Okay, yeah. I didn't go to a deaf school. I went to a mainstream hearing school, but they had a deaf program though, so there was other deaf people there. And I've always been in mainstream school. I've never gone to a deaf school, never.
Okay, so why did you want to come to OSU?
That's a good question. Well, a lot of people ask me, should you go to Gallaudet, that they have a lot of deaf, it's a deaf university, so a lot of deaf students go there. But RIT too, they have a deaf program, but I didn't want to go far. That's up in the north. I don't want to be away from home. So I was just thinking, I like visiting Logan, right? And I was visiting here on campus, and I met a lot of different people here, and I like the culture here. I like the environment here. And so I went ahead and why not? So and ever since then, I really enjoy it. I've met a lot of good people here, and I love OSU.
Great. Where is home for you?
I'm from Tulsa.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what high school did you go to?
I went to Edison.
All right. Awesome. What is your experience like? I know you're a freshman. What has your experience been like?
Yeah, right.
In the club so far?
Okay. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, my experience with the OSU club, OSU ASL club. Well, okay, let me think about it. Hang on one second. I don't know what to say. I mean, I've had good experiences. They're all good experiences. We meet a lot of people. Some ASL students, some deaf people. We all get together, and a lot of hearing people too who are interested in ASL. I mean, I like that. It's a combination. It's almost like a quote unquote family, but yeah, it's a community too. But it's been a good experience with that.
Definitely. What's your experience like when you go to class? Do you usually have an interpreter there that helps, or that interprets the professor?
Yeah, that's what we do. I always tend to have an interpreter there to interpret the lectures.
Mm-hmm. What did I ask? I was talking with Sandy yesterday about sometimes some of the difficulties because professors don't realize that you speak a different language pretty much, and so when they have lecture materials like videos and they don't have subtitles, have you had that experience before in class? And how do you?
Oh yeah, all the time. There's no subtitles. Yes, and I prefer to have captioning too, and so I can read and not have to look at the interpreter. But if there's not, it's fine. I'm used to looking at the interpreter and then looking back at the video. I just kind of accept it and move on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm used to it.
If you could talk to professors or just have so many professors to keep in mind for students in the future, and how to make sure that you're able to understand it in your language the best way possible, what would you want them to know? What would you tell them?
That's a good question too. I haven't really thought about it. I think I would tell the teachers to be more understanding. I prefer to meet with them, meet with the deaf students and ask, okay, what are your needs? Not all of us have the same needs, obviously. You know what I mean? Because everybody's deafness and accommodations are different. Do we need a note taker? Do we need, just the list goes on and on of other accommodations. But I would prefer to meet one-on-one and be specific, more detailed of what we need. It's kind of like helping. They would try to help more, you know what I'm talking about? Be more involved. There's nothing really I can think of. I don't really have any problems so far with professors, not really.
Mm-hmm. What would you want maybe general students to know?
I would tell the hearing students to go ahead and try to come up and talk to me. I'm not gonna bite you or anything like that. It's fine. If they want to come up and talk to me, we can even write notes back and forth. You can do that, whatever. They don't have to be afraid to come up to me, and we can chat. It's fine. So I'm not gonna bite them. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I would really say, is that not to be afraid to come up to me.
Definitely. I'm trying to think here. I'm drawing a blank. I've interviewed so many people the last couple of days.
Oh no, it's fine. I understand.
What do you think that OSU could maybe do better or improve on to help students that are deaf or hard of hearing?
Okay. Okay. I've never really thought about that too. Maybe they need to know more about that. I don't really know. I'm not really sure, because I'm not really know exactly about it. So, sorry.
No, that's perfectly fine. So does everyone in your family speak or sign ASL as well, or know a little bit?
Okay, well, okay, here we go. Some of my family knows a lot of signs, but it's not like perfect ASL. We have some, like, we call them home signs. And some are English, and it's kind of mixed together, so, but still, we have, like, we know how to communicate. We have our ways, so it's kind of like that.
Okay. What are some of the home signs you use that are maybe different?
Okay, like, for example, like finish, like deaf ASL finish, but we don't sign, we sign it up here, finish, like I'm done, finish. Like, that's different, that's an example. Bank, we sign like this, bake. We sign it like this, but bake means bank. So bank and bank are like opposite for us. I think because when I was little, I didn't know what the meaning of a bank was, and so they just asked me to make up some signs, so I thought the bank meant bake. I don't know, I was a kid, so I made up the sign, so that was a habit, and so I would always say I'm going to the bank, but I would sign bake for home signs.
That's awesome. Is there anything you'd like to add, or maybe,
Sorry, I'm
can you, like, what do you like to do in your spare time? You said you like to do photography and obviously graphic design. What are some things you like to do?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, I like hanging out with people, of course. Drawing, painting, watercolor's my favorite. Sometimes I like to go, walk around, just do whatever. Yeah. Oh, traveling. I love traveling. I love it. Yeah.